Hi friends, the full patch notes have gone live for Apex Legends Eclipse, also known as Season 15, and I'm going to take you through all of them in this video. Obviously some of the stuff you'll be familiar with, so I won't spend too long on the things you know about. The first part you know about is the new legend being Catalyst. I made a whole video on her backstory, the lore, and I've also made a video on her abilities, so I won't spend too long on it. But if you don't know, her passive is going to be Barricade. You can essentially barricade doors and strengthen them, even if the doors have been destroyed. The tactical is called Piercing Spikes, and you basically throw out a patch of ferrofluid which turns into spikes when enemies are near it, and Catalyst also remains immune to enemy spikes. Also the ultimate is Dark Veil. You've probably seen this one, that big wall of ferrofluid. Enemies who walk through it will be slowed and partially blinded for a brief time. What it doesn't say here is that scan meta, so Seer and Bloodhound won't be able to scan through the wall. Moving on, we've got the new map Broken Moon. I did a whole video on the Broken Moon patch notes and all of the points of interest, giving you the full details, so check out that video if you want to know more, but you do get a nice little overview of it in this image here, and if you didn't know, it's going to be about the same size as World's Edge, only very slightly bigger they say, which I think is good because World's Edge is a pretty good size for a game of Apex Legends. But check out my video if you want to know more details about Broken Moon. Okay, so some more interesting things from the patch notes. They've confirmed the maps that will be available in Season 15, and this is for pubs that it says. We've got Broken Moon, Olympus is back after a few seasons out, which is awesome. And we've also got World's Edge. Now, it doesn't say anything about ranked, but I believe, or I'm pretty certain, the first ranked split is going to be on Broken Moon. That's what all the reports have said. And for the second split, they haven't confirmed. However, I think Olympus is the most likely. If you look at how the history of Apex Legends ranked maps work, they generally select the map that's been out of rotation a good few seasons. And for Season 15, that's going to be Olympus. Okay, moving on, we've got gifting. I won't spend too much time on this because I'm going to make a video on launch day telling you all about gifting, how it works, and how you can gift things to your friends and also receive gifts from your friends. So keep a lookout for that video, but put simply, it's going to allow you to give things to your friends in-game or receive things from your friends in-game. Moving on, we've got stickers. So stickers is brand new. It's essentially a new cosmetic, and they're only going to be for healing items, which you can see here. The cool thing, which you might not have known, is that they're giving you 2 free stickers. They call it the Shattered and the Deathbox stickers. So as soon as you launch Eclipse, you should get those free stickers. And as I mentioned, they're only for healing items. You can see here it is for every healing item though. So shield cells, batteries, med kits, syringes, and phoenix kits. There's a bit of an idea of what the kind of stickers will look like that you can put on your healing items. Okay, getting into some things you might not know about now in the patch notes. The first thing is a slight change to the firing range, and this one gives you all legends unlocked. Obviously, for the most of us that have loads of legend tokens, we always unlock the legends anyway, so this doesn't really change much for you. However, if you're creating a new account, perhaps you're moving to a new platform, or perhaps you just don't play the game much and you haven't had a chance to unlock all legends, then this will let you try them out in the firing range. You can use their abilities and just see if you like them. Getting into kind of the balance updates now, these are the kind of things you might not know about that are coming in Season 15, all around the kind of meta changes and balances. Starting with ranked, here you can see the entry requirement has been increased from level 10 to level 20. Now I'm hoping this is a good thing because it's kind of discouraging smurfs. I'm not gonna lie, smurfs are really annoying, especially when you get Predator and Master smurfs just getting into your lobbies when you're still trying to rank up through gold and platinum and those kind of lobbies. Getting into the balance side of things, I'll be honest, most of these are going to be about weapons. In fact, they're all about weapons. There's no legend changes or meta changes apart from bug fixes, but there are some cool weapon changes. Let's have a look at them. The first thing is the care package is going to change. So by crate rotation it means care package. The Mastiff is becoming floor loot again, so it's coming out of the care package. The RE45 is going in the care package with the disruptor rounds. If you've never used disruptor rounds before, they're pretty crazy. If you've got shields, they'll just shred through your shields, and you'll see a bit later how they're changing the RE45, which means with disruptor rounds, it could be quite a scary care package weapon. Moving on, the gold weapons change like they do every season. They're bringing back the Anvil receiver. If you're not an OG of Apex Legends, you might not remember the Anvil receiver. What it does is it essentially turns your weapon, your R301 or flatline, into a single fire weapon. Now, the single fire rate is a bit slower, but it does a lot more damage. I'm personally a big fan of it, but I know not too many people like it. However, it's interesting to see it back. It's a hop up, by the way, if you didn't know, and it says it's coming to floor loot and a crafting bundle. Interesting. The double tap has had its rarity increased to legendary. So what this means is essentially they're going to be less double tap triggers around on the floor. It also says they've improved the recoil bust for the scout, which is pretty good. It means there's slightly less recoil, so it should be easier for you to control a G7 Scout with a double tap. Next, we've got the turbocharger, and it's a bit of a nerf, unfortunately. They're reducing the damage when equipped for the turbocharger by 1, and I guess they've done that to compensate for kind of the faster fire rate and speed you get with these two weapons when you've got a turbocharger. The hammer point rounds have been removed. I guess that's because the RE45 has been moved to the care package. They've also removed the boosted loader. They've also removed the kinetic feeder, and I'm not sure why they're removing all of these hop-ups and they're only bringing back the anvil receiver. Although to be fair, the disruptor rounds is technically a hop-up, so even though it's going to come back, it is in the care package. I guess that's why they've taken 3 out, because they're kind of looking at it thinking they're bringing 2 back. Interesting though, so slightly less hop-ups on the floor this season. Or this coming season, I should say. We're not quite there yet. Okay, for the crafting rotation, the Spitfire and the Peacekeeper now go in the crafter. It means the Havoc comes out and also the P2020. So you got some pretty strong weapons in the crafter in season 15. The Rampage, this is quite a good change I think for a care package weapon. It begins charged on the first time pickup from the supply drop. So basically when you open a care package and you get the Rampage out, it starts off automatically charged, which is really cool. They've also removed heat decay over time. They've also made a change to the way charging works for the Rampage but also for the Sentinel, and it says you can recharge the Rampage and Sentinel before the previous charge has expired. The Mastiff obviously has had a few nerfs because it's coming out of the care package. The ammo capacity has increased from 4 to 5, and they've also widened the blast pattern. On top of that, they've reduced the damage from 14 to 11, the projectile growth has been reduced, and reload can now be cancelled with ADS. So essentially these are all nerfs apart from the ammo increase. It's going to make the Mastiff not quite as strong next season. We'll have to see if it's still good. It's definitely not going to be care package good, so keep a lookout for that and we'll see how the Mastiff goes. Now I mentioned the change to the RE45 earlier. Because it's going in the care package, of course they have to buff it, and it's going from 12 damage to 14 per bullet, and the disruptor damage increase is 30% against shields. That's pretty big. So I think the RE45 is going to be a pretty strong weapon next season. We've also got a change to the L-Star, so they've reduced the recoil at the beginning of the pattern, and stow animations adjusted to better match timings. The Vault has also had some changes, so they're reducing projectile speed and they've increased projectile gravity. It's not going to be quite as hit scan or straight bullet as it is currently. The triple take, the rate of fire has been increased from 1.2 to 1.35, and the choke charge time has been reduced from 1.1 to 0.75. The R99 seem to have had a little bit of a change in the way of a buff for extended magazines. They've increased the blue magazine size from 24 to 25, and they've increased the purple magazine size from 27 to 28. Also, they've made some changes to all Battle Royale maps. Ring 1 pre-shrink time has been increased from 60 seconds to 90 seconds. It basically gives you longer before ring 1 reduces. Because it does more damage, I think it makes sense that they give you a bit more time. That's kind of it for the major changes. There's loads of bug fixes, I won't go through all of them. Check out the patch notes for yourself, I'll put a link if you want to see them. And there you have it, so those are the full patch notes. Sadly no legend buffs or nerfs, at least not from a patch notes perspective. But that's pretty much everything you can expect in Season 15. I think there's some good weapon balancing changes there, and we've got the new map and new legends, so there's some things to look forward to. I hope you enjoyed this, I hope it was useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.